All right, today we are tackling one of those classic English grammar challenges. You know the one I'm talking about. It's the ultimate face-off, present simple versus present continuous. So let's just dive right in, shall we?
So you hear these two sentences. He works from home and he is working from home. I mean, they sound super similar, right? But believe me, they paint two totally different pictures. One's about a permanent setup, a routine. The other, it's all about something temporary. And I promise you, by the time we're done here, you are going to know exactly which one to pick, no sweat.
Okay, first up in the ring, we've got the present simple. Now here's a little trick I use. I call this the for always tense. Seriously, if you just remember that, you're halfway there. It's our go-to for things that are, permanent. Habits, facts, the stuff that doesn't really change. So the core idea here is stability. Think about things that are just true, day in, day out. We're talking about your daily routines, things that happen on a regular schedule, and just, straight up facts about the world. Yeah, it pretty much boils down to two big categories, habits and facts. If what you're trying to say fits into one of those boxes, present simple is going to be your best friend. Let's check out a couple of examples so you can see what I mean.
Okay, look closely at this one. See that phrase, every year? That's a huge clue. We call these signal words. It's like a big flashing sign that says, hey, this is a habit. It happens again and again. And that's exactly why we say we go, not we are going. Simple, right?
And here's a perfect example of a fact that's just permanent. The St. Lawrence River isn't just, trying to flow into the Atlantic today. Nope, it always has and it always will. It's a geographical fact. It's not temporary. So we use the simple form, it flows.
And this goes for scientific facts, too. The orbit of a planet, that's about as constant and unchanging as it gets. For these kinds of universal truths, present simple is always the way to go. Mercury travels. Simple as that, really.
All right, let's bring in our second contender, the present continuous. And if the present simple is our for always tense, then this one is its complete opposite. Think of it as the for now tense. It's all about what's happening in this moment, things that are temporary.
Yeah, this tense is all about the clock. Is something happening right as you're speaking? Or maybe it's something you're in the middle of, this week or this month. If the answer is yes to either of those, you're going to want to reach for the present continuous.
So, let's break it down. We use it for stuff happening this very second, for situations that definitely have an end date, and for things that can change, like the weather. You can already feel how different this is from that permanent, for always vibe of the present simple, can't you?
This is a fantastic example of what we mean by around now. I mean, I'm not literally holding the book and reading it while I'm talking to you, right? But it's the book I'm in the middle of. It's my current project. And that phrase, at the moment, is another one of those signal words. It screams temporary.
And then you have this one, which is happening literally right now. Someone asks, "Where's the cat?" And you look over, and boom, there it is. The action is in progress at the exact moment you're speaking. It is lying on the sofa.
Weather is the perfect way to think about this. It's snowing now, but who knows what it'll be doing in an hour. We're describing a condition that's happening and unfolding right now, but it isn't permanent, so we say it is snowing. Okay, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this rule of thumb. It's so simple. When you're talking about always or often, think simple. When you're talking about right now, think continuous. Honestly, it's a game-changing mental shortcut. So let's put these two head to head. Just look at that first row. Cars run on petrol. That's a general fact, right? It's always true. But then the ladder is falling. Whoa, that's an emergency happening right now. See that difference? It's permanent fact versus immediate action. And it's the exact same logic for habits versus those for now situations.
Okay, you've heard the theory, you've seen the examples. Now it's your turn. Let's put your new skills to the test. Ready to see what you've got?
All right, first question is up. Think about it. Is this a general, unchanging fact about these cars, or is it something that's just happening temporarily? Remember that rule of thumb.
And the correct answer is run. Some modern cars run on unleaded petrol. Why? Because it's a general fact. It's how the car is built to work all the time, not just for today.
Okay, here is the next one. The sentence starts with, be careful. What does a warning like that tell you? Is this something that happens all the time, or is something happening right this second?
You got it. The answer has to be, is falling. That be careful is the dead giveaway. It's a warning because the action is happening right now. The ladder is in the process of falling.
So let's bring it all together for the key takeaway. It's all about this one core difference. Present simple is for the permanent stuff. Facts, habits, things you can think of as always. And present continuous, that's for the temporary stuff, the actions happening right now or around now.
Let's just say that little mantra one more time so it gets locked in. For always and often, you think simple. For right now, you think continuous. Seriously, if you can just burn that into your brain, you'll be set.
So, you've learned the rules, you've aced the test, which leaves me with just one last little question for you. Which tense are you thinking in right this very moment? Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.